Kyle here. Today I'm going to be giving you my top 3 SEO tips for Namaste Solar Company. So these tips are all going to be all about boosting online visibility and increasing solar leads. Now, although these tips are going to be specific to Namaste Solar, you could use these same principles and apply them to your own solar company. Hopefully give you some more ideas in order to then generate more leads. So let's jump right in. So tip number 1. Paid ads but not optimized for organic search. If I have a look here, I'm going to jump into my SEO tool, which is Ahrefs, and I'm taking a look at the paid keywords. So once I'm under paid keywords, I can see if they're paying for the keyword, what is the cost, or what is the cost of solar basically. So this is roughly $3 per click that they're paying, but if you were to look at the organic results here, which I'm showing you, they're not ranking organically. So to me, this is just a big opportunity basically. So the primary keyword that I would be targeting in this situation would be really specific to Colorado, since that's where their location is, which would be cost of solar panels in Colorado. So as you can see here, has volume of 150 and the overall traffic value based on the cost per click price is of $1,000. So that's essentially a $1,000 page, which they're missing out on. So again, if I do a quick search, I can see that they do have this keyword covered on the blog, right? So I can see here again, cost of solar panels in Colorado. They have it on the blog, they're covering it, but they're just extremely under optimized basically. So they wrote the article, right? They were just thinking that, okay, if we just throw this article up, maybe it will rank, maybe it won't. But obviously what I can see from here is that they're just under optimized. Basically, they never even made it to the top 3. And in order to get any kind of results in organic or within SEO, you have to be ranking top 3, ideally top 1. So if I just do a quick Google search just to mimic what the user is going to be seeing here. So I have my location set to Denver, Colorado. I'm just going to do a quick Google search, right? Cost of solar panels in Colorado. This is what I see basically, and it's their competitor. It's not them. Big opportunity here. You could also then ask for, get a free quote and so on for an exact price and so on. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is going to be improve current page ranking. So what do I mean by that? They have content on the site, which tells me that, they understand content, they have things that they want to talk about, but it just needs a little bit of extra, SEO know-how in order to get these pages actually getting more traffic from Google. So if I scroll down to their sitemap, I'll show you specifically what I mean. So jump into the sitemap here, I can see that they have articles on what I would consider to be valuable topics, like can I get free solar panels in Colorado? So I did a little bit of extra research. The real keyword here that you would probably want to be targeting is how to get free solar panels installed in Colorado. And if I was to do a Google search for that, again here, hold on. So obviously this has value, right? They went out of their way to create the article on this particular on their site here, but they're not ranking, right? So they're under optimized again, and they're missing out to their competitors. And why this is such a big opportunity is because Namaste Solar is already an authority in the space. They already have a great domain rating. They already have a ton of branded search traffic. They already have an established reputation and so on. So they might as well be capturing all of this bottom of funnel traffic. They deserve to be there, in my opinion. They just don't have the SEO knowledge basically, right? So instead you have some of their competitors, which are they don't have the same kind of authority. I checked the domain rating of them. They're just basically like a 35. Namaste is a 52, around there, something like this. So they could be potentially outranking. They are an authority within Colorado. They should be ranking. They just need a little bit more of that SEO, that defined SEO details, as I would say. So that's just one example out of many. I could go on and on all day about this. Another one, which would be, basically solar panel design Denver. If you were to search that, they don't come up. Solar panel maintenance Denver. If you search that, they don't come up. So they're already covering these services, and I can see that by they have the pages already written. It's just under optimized. So it's not enough just to write the page, right? They kind of did the first step correctly. They have an idea, but then you really have to go into the actual on-page optimization and make sure everything is set up properly, so that not only is it good for users, but it's also good for Google. So Google understands it and then is going to push you up higher basically. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 here is expand content and showcase basically expertise. So a popular query with any kind of service business, basically if you're typing in the main keyword, along that kind of same funnel, many people that are in the buying stage are going to be searching for things like best solar companies or best solar companies in Denver. You definitely want to maximize this by targeting all those kind of bottom of funnel, like these kind of I would say it's kind of bottom or mid funnel basically. But as you can imagine, this can be a popular query. So if I was again going to go jump into Google here, type that search term. So here we have best solar companies Denver. I'm just being specific. Now, again, with all these types of queries, you could expand out for other locations within Colorado. You could probably target Colorado and so on. I did a little bit more information on that in my video on keyword research, but basically best solar companies Denver. Now, if we go back to the initial video, right, we could say that in my opinion, Namaste, by the looks of it, is one of the best companies in Denver. They're top rated. They've been around since 2005, right? They have, countless 5-star reviews. They have a great story, right? They're certified B Corp. They're employee owned and so on. Obviously, they have a ton of experience. Yet, if I was to search for best solar companies in Denver and I was to open up these top pages, which you know, you have Market Watch, big authority brand, but maybe they're not so much of an expert in solar. You have these people ranking here basically. And if I was to open up and I was to base this on Google as a user, Namaste Solar is not even there at like top 1 or 2 or 3 basically, right? So they can be capitalizing on this. And there's no need to, so we have another example here, right? So SunPower, Freedom Solar, you know, these other brands which could or could not be better, but the point here is that you could be targeting these keywords yourself. You don't have to rely on other people to then write these articles. You could write your own article on best solar companies in Denver. Obviously, you're gonna have to do a little bit more SEO optimization to it. It's not gonna be so simple, but it's an idea, and I use this across other clients as well with great results, basically. So you can do the article, best solar companies in Denver. You can put yourself like a shameful plug as to why you're number one for legitimate reasons. Like, don't just make it up, right? Obviously, but I would say that you have a lot of stuff to work with here. So 18 plus years in business, 4.8 star reviews on Google, employee owned cooperative, and so on, right? And that's why we voted ourselves as number one. And then you could then, to be like a fair assessment of other companies which are also decent within Colorado. So these are obviously bottom of funnel things that should be capitalized on, in my opinion, especially given the overall authority with Namaste, right? There's already so much opportunity here, just needs a little bit more of the SEO know-how and the specifics. Now, I do have one bonus tip as well, which is more so related to actually CRO. So the color wheel essentially. So using the opposite color for your CTAs. So if I look at, I have the the color wheel here. So typically with CTAs, you want to make them the opposite color in order for them to really stand out. And you want to keep this for your money keywords, or basically like free quote, that sort of stuff, like the things that are actually going to drive revenue. Make them the opposite color of your overall brand. So overall, Namaste is doing most like a blue and a green. But if I look at the CTAs here, it all blends in. Like, it's hard to like see what to do, right? If I would just visually, nothing really pops on this page. So a potential opportunity that you could apply here is using the opposite of the color wheel. So in this situation, I'd probably go, since you're kind of bluey green, I would probably just go with a bright yellow, and that's still gonna fit with the overall theme. Like, you have a little bit of yellow here as well, but I would just stick with a bright yellow for the CTAs, and that should also help conversion. So yeah, hopefully you found these tips useful. If you have any questions about solar company, SEO, anything like that, drop a comment below, and I'd be more than happy to look at your business. And I look forward to hearing back from Namaste Solar about this video. Thank you so much.